Before we even load our WordPress site, the first thing we need to think of is where we're going to have our server. It's important that you locate the server in the country that you want to rank for. So here, if we're looking for local business marketing in the UK, you want to make sure that your WordPress site is located physically here in the UK. If you want to dominate the American market, make sure your website's located out in the American market. Very important for search engine optimization, especially with Google. So assuming that we're trying to rank highly here in the UK for our local market, we've chosen a UK server. Once you've bought your domain name and chosen your hosting package, you will be sent a password and login details. That will allow you to log in. Now, I've logged into this site over in the USA, which is a company called Bluehost, because once you log in, you'll be able to access what they call a cPanel, and your cPanel is quite simply your control panel. So I wanted to show you how similar they all look. Here we are on this particular control panel, and we can see things like the emails, the different files, logs, which is, you know, your latest visitors and people who are visiting your site, where they're coming from. You can look down here and you can see things like here. They'll allow you to install WordPress. Now, this is normally done on a thing called scripts, as you can see here, simple scripts, or another fantastic way of loading WordPress is a thing called Fantastico. But I just wanted to show that this is an American control panel, and if we go here to the UK, on this server that I'm using, I'm going to load in solicitorsInManchester.net, and on there, for that domain name, I want to load WordPress. But look, control panel, exactly the same. Files, email, statistics again. So let's go down here to find WordPress, and there we have a choice of all the different scripts that it would load in. But I want a WordPress, so I'm going to click on WordPress, and we're going to start loading our WordPress site. And here we are. It says choose an installation directory. Now, by default, it's going to load it into your main directory, which is where I suggest you install your WordPress installation. So I'm just going to say install it now, and off it goes. Starts installing the script, and it's preparing to install the WordPress site. So I'm going to click on the site, as you can see, Solicitors in Manchester. Click on there, and it's going to say to us, do I want a single or multi-blog installation? We want a simple single installation. So having selected single, WordPress says what do you want to call it. You can see I've already done it before, Solicitors in Manchester. So I'm saying the title of my WordPress site is Solicitors in Manchester. The username by default would be admin. Please ensure for your particular installation you choose something unique, something, you know, possibly related to your business, but make sure it's unique. I'm going to create some passwords down here. 2 passwords, just to make sure that they're identical and no mistakes have been made. And here I'm going to put in an email address, simple email address. This is where WordPress will send any email if you have problems and you can't get into your particular site. Allow all sites to appear in the search engines, of course they do, so leave that ticked and install WordPress. And folks, that's it. As you can see, my username is admin, password is the one that I just typed in, and I could particularly log into the site right now, but I just wanted to show you. If I come here, it's already up and running. This is the default design. Solicitors in Manchester, this is the page it's created, hello world. The site is already up and running. So let's log in, and all you do is simply come to your website and type in WP for WordPress -admin, and that will take you directly to your login. Admin, as we had for the username, the password I've already remembered, and I can now log in to my WordPress site. And as soon as I log in here, this is the dashboard. You'll see the majority of the controls are down here on the left hand side, but what I want is to show you very quickly, come up here, admin, log into admin. As you can see, there's your username. It can't change it once it's in there. By all means, you can change your nickname if you want to, but here's the important thing. If you ever need to change your password, come straight down here, type in a new password, repeat it, update your profile. If you ever need to change where the email's been changed, you can change it in here. So there are your basic settings, then you just update. Very important so that you can control in the administration of your site. But now let's get into, now that we've got our WordPress site up and running, let's get into the nitty gritty of what we need to do. So down here under settings, come under general. As we can see here, we've got the site title as we put in, solicitors in Manchester, but the tagline is just another WordPress site. So let's get rid of that, because what this is doing here, this is what our site's going to look like. If we came up here and put a search into Google, solicitors in Manchester, as you can see, everybody has a title. Solicitors in Manchester, find a solicitor in Manchester. The best Manchester solicitors, Manchester lawyers. So this is how Google is going to represent your WordPress site. So when we go back into the particular site, this is our top line. These two boxes are our top line. Solicitors in Manchester. So let's put top solicitors in Manchester. We can leave everything else as it is. We're leaving the email as it is. So save changes. So I've now changed what the top line is going to look like on our site. Another thing we need to change is permalinks, and I'll show you why. Once you start creating the pages of your website, if we come down here and we have a look at pages, at the moment it's created just the one page about. We're going to add a new page, and we're going to create a page called your home page. We'll talk about the SEO and what you should really call this later on, but just for the purpose of this exercise, let's call it the home page. And look what WordPress does. There's your site address, and the page is this page ID, which looks absolutely horrible and has no bearings on your search engine optimization. So we need to change that. So let's come back out to this page and come back down here to the permalinks. And on the permalinks, you can see why it's done that. It went straight to the default, which is this horrible description. So we're going to create a custom structure. / percentage post name percentage. Save that. Come down here to save changes. And when we go back and have a look at those particular pages that we've just been working with, let's go back into that home page. And immediately we can see that the permalink has changed, and it now has got the address of the site, and the page is called home. Absolutely fabulous for search engine optimization purposes. So it's important that we made that change. Now then, there's two pages we're going to create straight away. This home page, and we're going to publish that now that it's looking correct. So we're going to say publish. So it's created that page. And we're going to create a second page, and I'll call this would be a blog page, but for the purpose of business we would probably call this the news page. Now this is where the page where you're going to add all your latest offers, your latest things that are happening with your company, the latest details. This is the active part of your site. So again, we're going to publish this. So we've now created two pages. Let's just check the home page and the news page. So having created those pages, come back down to settings again and come to reading. And reading is where you're telling WordPress what you want your site, how you want it presented to your customers and to the public. So here we are, we want a front static page. So we want a static page, so your main page is fixed, always looks the same. And we've just said that is our home page. So we've selected the front page, our static page is our home page. But any latest news and all the posts that we're going to put out there, we want that to be on our news page. And a news page can have anything up to 10 posts showing on it at any one time. So as you add new posts to your site, it will show the latest 10, and then they start falling off. They never fall off your site, but they start getting pushed off your news page. So again, save the changes. Next, we want to come down to discussion, because one of the things you're going to do is you're going to have lots of comments appearing on your site, but you want to control them. So if we come down here, before a comment appears, click the box. An administrator must always approve the comment, because you don't want spam, you don't want your competitors leaving stupid comments, you don't want profanities or anything that could be offensive to your customers. So you always want to approve the comment. What that means is every time somebody leaves a comment on your site now, they'll see the comment box, but you'll be able to read them before you approve them. And the public will never see them until you have approved them. So again, come down the bottom, save changes. So now that we've looked at the general settings and we've made some changes in there, we've looked at how the reading, how we want to present it to the public, discussion, how we want to control the comments, and we changed the permalinks so that the actual pages look different and are SEO optimized. That is your basic settings and your important settings already done. And in the next video, we will look at other things that we can do to WordPress.